Okay. You're perfectly in the mirror.
That's why I angled the mirrors like that.
But you're not perfectly in that one.
That's true. But sometimes you can see if I move the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, I could make it more perfect, but I'm not going to because it's not worth it. Good morning. Tilly? T1 Lily? I don't know how to pronounce your name. It's not pronounceable. It's fine.
It probably is pronounceable.
T1LLY.XO? Not pronounceable. But she loves me so much.
That's great. I do too.
You do too?
Yeah.
In a very different way.
It's true.
In a very different way. You know what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Hello, Miguela. How are you? So nice to see you this morning. That note is weak today. Maybe I'll try it again. Good morning, Beckley. Good morning, Patty. Good morning to all my friends here today. How are you doing? We will start with the Shema. But first, I'm going to fix the autofocus problem on this camera. I don't like it, that it always shows up like that. And so I'm going to tell it to autofocus not. Boom. There. Okay.
Weird.
These words are 2,500 years old. At least. And they go like this. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Antarctica? What are you doing in Antarctica, wild man? Are you a scientist?
You interrupted the Shema.
He's in Antarctica.
Okay. Okay.
ואהבת את ענת אלוהיך ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר נוהגים מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך, בביתך, ולכתך, הבדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאהוד על ידיך, אביחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך. וחיה, כי הביאך אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר נשבע לאבותיך, לאברהם ליצחק וליעקב, לתת לך ערים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית, ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת, וברות עצובים אשר לא עשת, וכרים וזיתים אשר לא נתת, והלכת ושבת. הישמר לך פן תשכח את יהוה אשר תישך מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים.
When did you memorize that?
A long time ago.
Oh.
Years ago.
Oh. I didn't know.
Made up words. Yes, someone made them up like 3,000 years ago, and then we just kept saying them.
You're gonna not engage with anything COVID related, are you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It's been a while, Candy. How are you? It's really nice to see you again. I took a break for about 4 months from streaming, but now I'm back, and I'm happy to be back. I'm doing okay. I'm doing better than I was, that's for sure. So what are we gonna do today? We're gonna start reading this book today, because I like reading stories with you all. So we're gonna read this story from ancient Canaan, about Baal. There's a check in there. Why is there a check in there? I don't know.
Did you deposit it?
Yes.
Okay.
Baal. We want the Baal cycle. Yeah, this one. Hello. Hello to all the people who haven't seen me in a while. Yes, I know I've been gone. But I'm back now. I'm back now, and I've changed the lineup. I don't sing so much in the morning. I still do a little bit, but I decided that I wanted to read stories with you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to read stories. Why did I have a break? Because I got very depressed. And I got a job that I wish I didn't get, and so I had to stop making things on TikTok. But I can still find time to stream in the morning these days, so that's what I'm doing these days. Because I like streaming with you all, most of the time. When you're kind. And I like streaming with you. A lot.
I was thinking I might go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
But I don't have to.
I mean, you do you. I like spending the morning with you.
Okay.
But I imagine it's kind of boring for you to hear me say the same things over and over.
Okay.
You can go.
Okay. It's sunny.
Yeah. Your mama might see you on the screen and say hi, but she hasn't been watching my lives recently.
Your mother said a very nice thing on one of yours.
She said that she liked my jewelry because she gave it to me.
She said, yeah, you're back or something. It was really sweet.
Yeah. She likes my lives.
Yeah. She's a nice lady.
She is a nice lady.
Maybe she'll hear that.
Not everyone is kind.
No.
But as long as you're kind, that's all that matters. I'm not sure that's true. But, if we believe it's true, it might be true. What is my job? I got a grant to, make a documentary about seed saving. I'll see you later. Goodbye, my love. You quit a very toxic job yesterday? Well, congratulations. I hope that works out for you. Yeah, I'm working on this documentary about seeds, and it's taking a long time. And in the meantime, I don't have much attention for much else, and that feels hard. But, here we are. We're here together, and we're going to read about Baal. So, I haven't overcome my struggles. I have not. I just continue living with them. There is no solution. Life is suffering, right? There's no solution to it. I don't know how to be a competent, successful, joyful human being. I'm just me. With the body that I was born with the mind that I was born with, and I can change myself only so much. So, this story was written down in the city of Ugarit, which is now on the coast of Lebanon, 3,500 years ago. And it's a story detailing the rise of the god Baal, who was a storm god, who was eventually supplanted by Yahweh, and then supplanted by Jesus. And yet they're all the same god, really, even if they might grumble to hear me say that. So this is a story of Baal's confrontation with the previous god king, El, and his confrontation with the serpents of Asherah. It's a good story. It's a story that prefigures many of the stories that you probably learned when you were a child from your religious background. Good morning, Chronicles. How are you today? So, we'll read a page or two from this. Maybe we'll read the first tablet, and then we'll move on. It begins like this. C sent 2 messengers. Leave, lads, do not turn back. No, I should C is a boy. Let me read C as a boy. C sent 2 messengers. Leave, lads, do not turn back. Now head towards the assembly and council, at the center of the mountain of night. Do not fall at El's feet. Do not prostrate yourself before the assembly and council. Still standing, speak your speech, repeat your message, and address the bull, my father El. Repeat to the assembly of council. Message of C, your master, your lord, Judge River. El, give up the one you are hiding, the one the masses are hiding. Give up Baal and his powers, the son of Dagon. I will assume his inheritance. So C wants to become the king of the gods. C, the sea god, the sea serpent, the wet god of death. If I had to be a bug, what bug would I be and why? That's a good question. I'd be a horseshoe crab. The lads left. They did not turn back. They headed towards the center of the mountain of night, the assembly and council. There the gods sat down to eat, the holy ones to a meal. Baal was standing by El. As soon as the gods saw the messengers of sea, the mission of Judge River, the gods lowered their heads to the top of their knees, and onto their princely seats. Baal rebuked them. Gods, why have you lowered your heads to the top of your knees, to your princely seats? I see, gods, that you are stricken with fear of the messengers of sea, the mission of Judge River. Gods, raise your heads from the top of your knees, from your princely seats, for I will reply to the messengers of sea, the mission of Judge River. The gods raised their heads from the top of their knees, from their princely seats. Then the messengers of sea arrived, the mission of Judge River. They did not fall at El's feet. They did not prostrate themselves before the assembly and council. Still standing, they spoke their speech. They repeated their message. They seemed like one fire, or 2. Their tongues were sharpened by swords. These messengers, they looked like fire. 1 fire, or 2. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Rat. I appreciate the compliment. Hello from Ireland. Mom of Childers, you can join my Discord server. There's a link in my bio somewhere. Somewhere over there. There's a mushroom identification channel on our Discord server, and you can post mushroom pictures and get answers about what they are. Alright, let's continue on. So, where are we? So, the gods are having a feast, and the sea god, Judge River, sends his messengers to the palace where all the gods are drinking and having a party, and he says, let me be the king. And Baal says, why are you listening to them? And then they continue on. They addressed the bull, his father El. Message of sea, your master, your judge, Lord River. El, give up the one you are hiding, the one the masses are hiding. Give up Baal and his powers, the son of Dagon. I will assume his inheritance. And the bull, his father, El, replied, Sea, Baal is your servant. River, Baal is your servant, the son of Dagon, your prisoner. He will be brought to you as tribute when the gods bring you payment. And the Holy One's gifts, then Baal will be gentle. The mighty fall to the ground, the powerful into slime. These words had just come from her mouth. See, there was a break in the tablet, and all of a sudden the gender of the speaker changed. The mighty will fall to the ground, the powerful into slime. This is Ashura speaking now. These words had just come from her mouth, this speech from her lips. She had just spoken when he groaned under Prince C's throne, and Kothar Wahasis replied, Let me tell you, Prince Baal. Let me repeat, rider on the clouds. Behold your enemy, Baal. Behold, you will kill your enemy. Behold, you will annihilate your foes. You will take your eternal kingship, your dominion forever and ever. Kothar brought down 2 clubs, and he pronounced their names. As for you, your name is Driver. Driver, drive sea. Drive sea from his throne. River from the seat of his dominion. Dance in Baal's hands like a vulture from his fingers. Strike Prince Sea on the shoulders. Judge River between the arms. The club danced in Baal's hands like a vulture from his fingers. It struck Prince Sea on the shoulder, Judge River between the arms. Sea was strong. He did not shrink. His joints did not shake. His frame did not collapse. Kothar brought down 2 clubs, and he pronounced their names. As for you, your name is Chaser. Chaser, chase Sea. Chase Sea from his throne. River from the seat of his dominion. Dance in Baal's hands like a vulture from his fingers. Strike Prince Sea on the skull. Judge River between the eyes. Sea will stumble, he will fall to the ground. And the club danced in Baal's hands, like a vulture from his fingers. It struck Prince Sea on the skull. Judge River between the eyes. Sea stumbled, he fell to the ground. His joints shook, his frame collapsed. Baal captured and drank Sea. He drank the sea serpent god. He finished off Judge River. Asarte shouted Baal's name. Hail, Baal the Conqueror! Hail, rider on the clouds! For Prince Sea is our captive. Judge River is our captive. And that concludes Tablet 1. And we will continue on tomorrow. That's quite a story. The fight between Baal and the sea serpent. Right? So, what the scholars say about this is that this is one of many stories about young gods supplanting old, about patriarchal gods supplanting matriarchal ones, or male gods supplanting female ones. It's a powerful story, and I feel lucky to be able to share this with you. What religious book is this from? So it is from Stories from Ancient Canaan. It's from the tablets that were found in Ugarit. So Ugarit is a city in what is now Lebanon. Ruins of a city. It was destroyed around 3,000 years ago, and these tablets were inscribed about 500 years before that, before it was destroyed. So it's the mythology of the kingdom of Ugarit, an ancient Canaanitic kingdom whose mythology eventually was changed and evolved into Israelite mythology and then Christian mythology. Right, so it's a direct precursor, a direct ancestor of the Christian myths that we know today. Thank you, Kate. I really appreciate that. I like doing voices. Were you here earlier when I was doing male voices for all those male gods? Yeah, I like having vocal flexibility very much. So, what should we do now? We're going to say RT now. RT, RT, RT. The word RT means flame in Sanskrit. There's one more song I want to sing to you before we do RT. This one's in English. It goes like this. I don't want to pray to my maker, no, no. I just want to be feeling free. Not just who I am, but the pink and golden land and that wide, wild sky over me. Help me to the sun, hey, I'm looking everywhere. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer, and I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray. Pray, and it's not much good to talk, better to walk it. Ooh, not much good to take, better to give. We are done, forgiven, and forgotten of our sins, and I promise you, my friends, all that dies will live again. So, pardon God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer, and I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray, pray. And it's not much good to talk, better to walk it. Ooh, not much good to take, better to give. We are done, forgiven, and forgotten of our sins, and I promise you, my friends, all that dies will live again. So, pardon God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer, and I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray, pray. Allah, Allah made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher made good, and Anat made bad. Eloheinu made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made. But I don't want to pray to my maker. No. I just want to be feeling free. Not like in a book, or the leaves of trees that shook from a word that means only not a thing. No, no. Pardon God and Mom, what I'm saying isn't fair. See, I'm looking to become not the prayer, but the prayer, and I don't want to pray, no. I don't want to pray, no, no, no. I don't want to pray, we don't want to pray, pray. I love Allah, Allah made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. Asher, Asher made good, and Anat made bad. Eloheinu made love, and Yahweh, Yahweh made hate. I love Allah. God made, God made, God made me. Except that's a lie. None of those gods exist except in the stories that we choose to tell about them, that ancient people told about them, that we still tell. So I suppose they exist in that way. Kate, thank you so much for answering those questions repeatedly. Truly. I rely heavily on people like you in the stream who are familiar with what we're doing here, and who can participate in it actively, because, you know, we get some questions in the chat over and over and over again, and it becomes very fatiguing for me to answer them, but, you know, they do deserve answers, so thank you for engaging that way. I really appreciate it. So, now we're going to say a closing prayer in Sanskrit. The name of the prayer is Arati, which means light or flame in Sanskrit. So, if you're listening now, as I go on and someone says, "What's this? What's going on? What exactly are you doing?" You can say, "We are saying a prayer in Sanskrit." Who am I praying to? Now, that's an interesting question. So, in the previous song that we just sang, we were praying about unprayer, right? We named a bunch of Canaanitic deities, Ashra and El and Yahweh and Baal and Allah, right? And we basically claimed that none of them are worth praying to, or all, and yet we were praying to them all, because that's the nature of names, right? The names represent something that cannot be represented. And I believe that if you use all of them, if you use as many names as possible, then what you highlight are the things behind the names, the things that all of the names have in common, right? And none of the names become terribly important. It doesn't matter if you're worshipping Baal or Jesus or Yahweh or El or Muhammad or, you know, whoever it is that you are elevating to a holy status. The names are just stand-ins for something underneath. So when we say Arati, we are saying the names of various gods, mostly from the Indian subcontinent, but not always, right? There are Abrahamic divine names in this prayer. So we name all of the gods that we can think of naming, and in so doing, we come at the thing behind them all, the thing that they all strive to represent, right? Which is that we are all one, right? That we are all connecting at the root. Right? Just like this. See this tree of life? Right? This is a graph. This is a chart of every living thing that ever existed. Another version, just like this, right? And at the base is our last universal common ancestor, right? All life comes from the same core thing. All of the names of gods have the same core ideas at their root. This is the perennial philosophy. So, now, we will say Arati. And remember, it's in Sanskrit. Jaya Jayarati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jayarati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jayarati Venugopala Venugopala Venuola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jayarati Venkataramana Venkataramana Sankatarana Sitarama Radhe Shama Jaya Jayarati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Samba Sadashiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jayarati Rajarajeshwari Rajarajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jayarati Anjaneya Anjaneya Hanumanta Jaya Jayarati Dattatreya Dattatreya Trimutrayavatara Jaya Jayarati Adityaya Adityaya Bhaskareya Jaya Jayarati Sanischaraya Sanischaraya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jayarati Sankaracharya Sankaracharya Advaita Guravi Jaya Jayarati Sadgurunata Sadgurunata Shivananda Jaya Jayarati Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Jaya Jayarati Agastya Munayi Agastya Munayi Shriyama Priyayi Jaya Jayarati Ayappa Samine Ayappa Samine Dharma Shastave Jaya Jayarati Jesus Gurave Moses Gurave Buddha Gurave Jaya Jayarati Muhammad Gurave Guru Nanak Gurave Samastya Gurubho Namaha Jaya Jayarati Avenugopala Natachasya Bhati Natandrakaratam Nemavidya Bhati Kutoyamagni Twameva Bantamanabanti Sarvam Tasya Basya Samridam Vivanti Om Gange Kayamune Kaiva Govari Saraswati Narmade Siddhi Kaveri Hiya Namastitam Namo Namaha Twameva Mata Chapita Twameva Twameva Bandusha Saka Twameva Twameva Vidya Dravinam Twameva Twameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyat Manava Prakrite Sabhavad Karomyad Yad Mangalam Parasmahi Narayana Iti Sarmar Payami Sarvadharmam Pravijaya Mamikam Sarvanambraja Amsva Sarva Papayo Mokshayami Masucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, intellect, or my emotions, all of these I dedicate to you, to all of you here, even the ones of you who would like to deny my very existence. you still deserve whatever anyone else deserves, which is to say, not much. I'm so happy you're here, Katie. I hope you're doing well today. I hope your kids are well. I hope it's blooming where you are. We still don't quite have leaves here, but maybe where you are there's a few leaves coming out. So, now we're going to say Kaddish. Kaddish is a prayer of mourning. Kaddish is a very old word which means holy. My name is based off of it. Thank you for all those little gifts. It's blooming and you're well. You have a cherry blossom tree that's ready to burst, so you get that lake effect. So you do get spring a little bit earlier than I do. That's great. It's really nice to see you. So, for the last 2,500 years, my ancestors have been saying these words in response to death. Yid Gadal, Yid Kadash, Shemei Rabbah. Bialma Divrachiote, Viamlich Malchote, Bachayachon, Viamechon, Chayedek Vabe Israel, Bagala, Visman Kari, Vimru, Amen. Yehe Shemei Rabbah Mev Arch Lialam, Olmei Almaya, Yid Barach, Vishtabach, Vid Vaar, Vid Urman, Vid Nase, Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shemei de Kudisha, Berechu, Leila Min Kol Birchata, Vishirata, Tush Bechata, Venechimata, Diamiran, Bialma, Vimru, Amen. Yehe Shlama Rabbah, Min Shemaya, Vichaim Aleinu, Viachol Yisrael, Vimru, Amen. Ose Shalom Bimramav, Huya Ase Shalom, Aleinu Viachol Yisrael, Vimru, Amen. Ose Shalom Bimramav, Huya Ase Shalom Aleinu, Viachol Yisrael, Vimru, Vimru, Amen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Shall we have some breakfast? I've got some grains in the rice cooker, and I'm hungry. So we can have breakfast and chat. Katie, what are you up to today? Do you have plans? I'll be back in 30 seconds with some grains, with some breakfast. 30 seconds, maybe not even that. We'll see. How are you doing, Sarah? You're late, but you're not disqualified. You have to make some work phone calls and book some appointments today. But otherwise, you want to spend some time outside. Yes, because it's springtime. What do you do for work? I don't think I've ever asked you that. I feel a little foolish for not knowing that. You just drove your child to school. It snowed yesterday, but today is spring. Did I tell you that we lost power for like a week last week because we had a crazy snowstorm? Spring is like that in the north. Sometimes you get snow. Your husband and I own a window and door company, and you do the HR and paperwork side. Interesting. Huh. That's cool. And you work at a convenience store. Well, it wasn't a week. It was 6 days. Yeah. It was very frustrating. I couldn't do any work, right? Because I live with a bunch of farmers. And all the farmers were like, whatever, no electricity, no internet, we're going to go grow our vegetables. And me, I was sitting in my room, cold, So we had no heat. And we had to eat downstairs. We have a wood stove downstairs, but my room was cold. And I couldn't do any work because all my work is digital. All my work is on the computer. Just a few hours a week so you can get out of the house. You work at a convenience store. What kind of convenience store? Like at a gas station? Or like a little shop on Main Street or something like that? So I have no idea where you live, Sarah. What part of the world do you live in? And how old is your kiddo? If they're in school, that means they're somewhere between the age of 5 and 17. The weather will get warm one day soon. It's a beer store, man. You're in Niagara Falls, and your kid is 11. I'm eating quinoa with cashews. I like to put nuts in the grains because it adds a little extra fat and protein. A great hugger and listener. That's probably true. I do get more practice listening to other people than perhaps some Americans. Because I have to live with other people and listen to their problems. And sometimes I think their problems are ridiculous, but I have to listen anyway. Good morning from Denver. Thank you, Bethy. I like this poncho quite a bit. So, window and door company, you're not a manufacturer, right? Like, you don't own a factory that builds windows and doors. You import them, or you purchase them from manufacturers, and you manage a catalog of sorts, and then you ship them out to contractors who are building with them. Good morning, Mama of Twins. I'm happy to be back, Brooke. I really am. Thank you for that target. That's really sweet. You're contractors. Oh, so you install the windows and doors. Good morning, Taryn. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Your husband's a computer engineer. There are many ways to be a human in this world. Where did I go? I went off the internet for a little while. Yeah, Winter, I'm not yet posting TikToks. I do have one that I made a few weeks ago in drafts when I had time, but I'm not going to start posting again until I have a lot of content to share. Right now I'm working on a feature-length film, basically, so I don't have time to make little TikToks, even though I enjoy making the TikToks very much. You just got your garden started. What did you plant? Normalize talking while eating? I always talk while I'm eating. Yes, my username is related to my IRL name. So my real life name is Teresa, which I don't think is an Anglicization of Tiresias. But, oh, you mean my last name? Yes. My last name is my real last name. It's Kaddish. Kadosh. Yeah, so, you know, Jews, we're related. What do you know? Yeah, but I took the name Teresa because I thought that insisting that people call me Tiresias in person would be a little pretentious. But on the internet, people call me Tiresias, and it works okay. But yes, you can call me Teresa. I do want the list, yes. Onions, leeks, potato, tons of herbs, cukes and zooks, strawberries, shallots. You're direct seeding cucumbers? What zone are you in? We have some cucumber starts in our greenhouse, but we're still getting lots of frost, so it's too early for us to plant cucumbers. But we're very cold. I forget that most people are in a warmer region than I am. We get strawberries in late June. Huh, you were searching for your last name. You wanted to see if there was anyone else with your last name on TikTok Live. Well, you found me. Here we are. So, if you look in my archive, if you're curious about the history of that name, I made a video about the ancient Canaanitic goddess Ketesh. QDS would be the Roman letter root, but of course it's a Semitic word. So it's a very old word. There are many places in Syria and Lebanon and Jordan and Israel named Kadesh, Kadosh, as well as many words, right? So like Kadosh, 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 in the Kaddish, in the Kedusha. So it's an old root word, which means holy. My favorite variant of it is Kedusha, which is a word that shows up a handful of times in the Tanakh to refer to temple prostitutes. And I just think that's so great. Because, like, the gods were replacing one another, and they wanted to discount the role that Kadesh played. So they turned her into a prostitute. Actually, that story might not be true at all. It's difficult to know. But in any case, it's a great name. I'm very proud to bear it. And I guess we're related somehow. Same great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother. Maybe. Who knows? 1.5 acre grassy yard. That's a large yard. 1.5 acres. That's basically the size of our farm. Like, I think we have 2 acres in cultivation. Like, you can grow a lot of food on 1.5 acres. Quite a lot of food. Fig, apple, and peach trees, grapes, blackberries, and raspberries. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, I hope it all grows well. I do eat rice every morning, although today it wasn't rice, today it was quinoa. I've started diversifying my grain consumption, because I was getting a little bit bored of rice. But I did eat rice every morning for like 2 years. And I still eat it most mornings. It's just soy sauce and oil. Fat and salt and grain. Keeps me... It's simple, I don't have to think about it, I don't have to leave my room. Because I live with a lot of people, and going downstairs to the kitchen to make myself a more proper full meal is, sometimes it's prohibitive, so I don't. So I have a little rice cooker in my room. It works pretty well. Okay. Well, I need to get on with my day, but it was really lovely to spend this time with you all, to hear about your garden. My Kadish friend, I'm glad. Yeah, go check out that video I made on Kitesh. I think you will like it. It's down there in the archive somewhere. Yeah. And if anybody wants to chat with me more, you can check a link in my bio, join the Discord server. It's a nice little community. There's a fungus identification page, and we talk about mushrooms, and you know, it's a nice little corner of the internet. So yeah, and you can follow me, you can join the server, and blah blah blah. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all of a sudden I have to turn into a robot in order to play the TikTok game. But like, seriously, I do want to connect with you. Like, that is why I'm here. So I will see you tomorrow, and I'll say these words all over again one more time. Okay, I hope you have a lovely day. Farewell.
Go viral where I was talking about this. So if you don't know me, I own a business, and everybody there, including myself, we all earn the same pay. And this could definitely be done at...
What does it mean to say that there's a number that's the score?
Mm-hmm.